Hello, 7th and 8th grade cello players. This is Skill Builder 9, and this week we are going to start looking at A Day at Disneyland. This is the piece that we're playing with all of the 6th through 12th grade string players. Super exciting that we're able to do this year, and we're going to work really hard on this. You actually are playing the same cello part as the high schoolers, so as you look through this you might see that it's a little bit more challenging than things that we have done before in class, but that's okay. We're going to do our best with it, and I think you guys are going to do a really great job with this music. We're going to break this down into small sections each week so that it's not overwhelming. So this week we're going to look at measures 1 through 37. And I do have on YouTube, and I will put it in the Google Classroom, a small video of just this section so you can hear what all of the parts sound like together, and then you can find just the cello part to listen to it and play along with it as well. So the first thing that we should look at when we look at a new piece of music are the key signature and the time signature. And I will warn you that in this piece, the key signature and time signature change all the time. So we're going to have to continually be looking out for those. I see for my key signature that I have one sharp only. Hopefully as 7th and 8th graders you know that means it's an F sharp, and that should kind of trigger something in your brain saying, that means when I have C's, they are C naturals. And so anytime you have a C, make sure you play it as a C natural unless there is an accidental. And the one that will normally catch us is on the A string. That'll be 2 fingers instead of 3. All right, my time signature is 6/8. That's why we've been spending so much time over the last couple of weeks working on 6/8. It was a new skill for all of us, and it's something that takes a few weeks to get down. And so even if you don't feel 100% confident about 6/8, I want you to do your best with this, and we're going to work through this slowly and then eventually get it up to a little bit of a quicker tempo. So let's get right into this. You can see right off the bat, the very first measure, you actually have a measure of rest. So you don't play for the first measure, but measure 2 is super important. You actually are the echo. So all of the violins and violas go bum, 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 and then you go da, 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 and you echo them. But if we take this slow at measure 2, we'll see if we're counting our 8th notes. We play beats 1, 2, 3 as 8th notes. And then you have a dotted quarter note, a 3-beat note, for 4, 5, 6, that's tied to a dotted half note. And so that's a 6-beat note. So you actually are going to end up playing that long note for 9 full beats. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then in measure 4 and on, and we're just looking at the top, the first line here, you have a bunch of dotted quarter notes. These are 3-beat notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In measure 4, you have a B flat, a low 1 on the A string, and other than that, they're pretty straightforward notes that you should know pretty easily. So let's start at measure 2. Again, we're not going the full tempo. We're going slow, and we will count our way through this, make sure we're getting all the correct notes and rhythms. I know you can't see my bow, but hopefully you can kind of look here with how I'm moving my arm to know when to change. So right where you come in at measure 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of those long notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready? And here you go. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. Very good. Taking a look at measure 9 now, you're continuing with those dotted quarter notes. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get that a lot throughout this section. In measure 12, you do have some 8th notes. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? We also see some funky notes in 13 and 14. In 13, you have a G, an F natural, 2 fingers, an E, an E flat, low 1. Okay? We should be able to put this together starting at measure 9. You can see there's a first ending and a second ending. I'm just going to play the first ending now and stop. We'll just play it one time. So here's from measure 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry about that. That's an A, one finger. Okay, that's all the way through. The first time there is a repeat, you go back to measure 9, and then this time you go to the second ending. And in the second ending, you actually get the melody. You can see at the end of that second ending measure, there's a quarter note and an eighth note, and that should look familiar as hooked bowing. That's something that we did last week in Skill Builder 8. And so it's 2 up bows. They actually don't have the staccato on the eighth note, but it's played the same way as what we just learned. So it's up, up, down, and you get the melody there. So it will look like this. Up, up, down. And later at measure 22, you start to get the down, down, up, down, up that we practiced last week. And so hopefully that's looking familiar. That's why we did that. Let's see if we can read together from the pickup to measure 18. So that's the up, up, the quarter note and the eighth note, the 2 up bows. And we'll see if we can get to measure 26. All right, so I'm getting ready to do 2 up bows. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in measure 21, I jumped ahead a little bit. In measure 21, you rest for 5 beats and then have the 6th beat as a pickup. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that together all the way, excuse me, all the way through from the pickup to 18. All right, so ready, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice, awesome. And then 26 should look just like measure 9. So we've already gone through that. The only difference is when we get to measure 32, you play, you rest for 1, 2, 3, then you play 4, 5, 6, rest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be pretty easy. That's actually almost identical to one of our rhythm practices from a couple of weeks ago, and we played it on Open D. So you actually have had practice doing that already. And then you can see in measure 36, it changes to 4, 4. Now this really doesn't affect cellos very much because you rest for those 2 measures, but just know that the time signature does change at 36, and then we play for quite a while in 4, 4. All right, so that's all the way through measures 1 to 37. I'm going to play it twice now. The first time I'm going to play it kind of slow, the tempo I was just going, and then I'll pick up the speed a little bit to closer to what we'll expect it to be for the concert. Okay, so right from the top, I will take the repeat. We'll make sure you play the repeat with me. So go ahead, get yourself ready. We're going to play together. We'll skip measure 1. We'll come in right on measure 2. 1, 2, 3, ready, here we go. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 9. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, 1, 2, 3. And then we're in 4/4, but you guys get to rest. All right, nice job. If that was challenging for you, and it's okay if it was, this would be a good time to pause, practice some things on your own, use the practice strategies that I know you have as 7th and 8th graders, and then rewind and go back and play it with me slow. Once you have that down, I'm about to play it faster, and then you can try it fast with me, but make sure you can do it slow first, okay? Let's go a little bit faster here. Skipping measure 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's measures 1 through 37. Everyone worked really hard on this week. You have all the way from today until the next day 1 to work on this, and then on the next day 1 in class, we will work on it together. So make sure you're confident with your part, even if it's not perfect, by the next day 1. Have a great week, and I will see you guys in class.